City, the fermentation nexus. This vibrant metropolis is a sensory delight where flavor and fermentation intertwine to form the heart and soul of its culture. The city is built not just on the processes of culinary fermentation, but on the concept of transformation, where patience and time reveal deep, rich flavors and experiences, both in food and art. Architectural inspiration. The buildings themselves are living symbols of fermentation. Designed to resemble traditional fermentation vessels like Korean ongi jars or Japanese wooden miso vats, the architecture is both functional and artistic. Rounded, organic forms dominate the skyline, with buildings bubbling and rising like fermenting sauces. The textures of the cityscape range from smooth, aged surfaces representing refined, matured flavors to more rustic, grainy exteriors, reflecting the raw, earthy nature of fermentation. Key districts. 1. The Soy Streets. This district feels like a warm, earthy hug, with large communal areas where soy-based products are not just consumed, but also crafted and celebrated. Streets are lined with towering fermentation jars, their surfaces speckled with condensation, giving them a lifelike, breathing quality. The design of the streets feels harmonious, reflecting soy's role as a fundamental balanced ingredient. The restaurants here, while traditional, experiment with soy in new ways, pushing the boundaries of what this versatile ingredient can become. 2. The miso market. Entering the miso market is like stepping into the fermentation process itself. Large wooden barrels, artistically arranged, act as central meeting spots where the air is filled with the tang of fermenting soybeans. The surrounding architecture mirrors the slow fermentation process with spiraling, wooden-textured buildings that twist upward, symbolizing the transformation of humble ingredients into something profound. This market space is bustling with activity, much like the fermenting vats themselves, constantly in motion, evolving. 3. The Sauce District. The Sauce District is alive with fiery reds, oranges, and golds, with murals and sculptures that evoke the bold flavors created here. The air is pungent and spicy, with thick plumes of steam rising from street vendors and fermentation shops. The buildings have sharp, angular features, suggesting the intensity of the flavors they house. Structures shaped like oversized chili peppers or towering bottles of hot sauce line the streets, creating a whimsical yet powerful landscape. 4. The fermentation fields. The fermentation fields are a striking contrast to the bustling urban areas, offering a wide open space where nature and human craftsmanship meet. Ongi jars are neatly arranged under the sun, forming large, visually striking grids, each one holding potential flavors that will slowly develop over time. The architecture here blends seamlessly into the landscape, with low, earth-toned buildings that almost seem to grow out of the ground, reflecting the city's respect for nature's role in the fermentation process. The hot sauce alleys. These narrow, vibrant streets pulse with energy. The walls are painted with fiery hues, reflecting the spicy heat that defines this area. Sculptures of chili peppers and stylized flames adorn every corner, and there's a palpable heat in the air, both from the sun and the endless vats of fermenting hot sauce. The architecture here is jagged, playful, and dynamic, reflecting the sensation of intense heat hitting the palate. Visitors can sample various hot sauces, from sweet heat to mouth-searing extremes, embracing the full range of spicy flavor that fermentation brings. 6. The Worcestershire Walks. This district pays homage to more industrial Western methods of fermentation, with sleek, metallic buildings that reference the mechanized fermentation processes of these sauces. The aesthetic is minimalist, focusing on the efficient, layered process that creates sauces like Worcestershire, which rely on complex ingredient blends and slow fermentation to develop their signature depth. The use of cool, earthy colors reflects the sauce's historic roots and the refined, often hidden complexity within. 7. The Horizon of Flavors. The grand open space of the Horizon of Flavors is a feast for the senses. Long tables, covered in fermented sauces from around the world, offer endless opportunities for exploration. The architecture here is bold and inviting, with sweeping arches and bright, colorful details that reflect the diversity of flavors on offer. At night, the area is lit by soft golden light, giving the space a warm, communal feel. Visitors here are encouraged to engage with flavor on a global scale, experimenting and experiencing the deep, universal connection that fermentation creates across cultures. Artistic integration. In the fermentation nexus, art mirrors the slow, transformative nature of fermentation. Large, abstract sculptures depicting the organic shapes of bubbling sauces dot the streets, while murals portray swirling, intermingling colors and forms, suggesting the mixing and melding of flavors during fermentation. The city's art is tactile and visceral, with textures that invite touch, rough where fermentation has just begun, smooth and polished where flavors have matured. Public art installations often feature living elements, such as plants and fungi, symbolizing the biological processes that make fermentation possible. Philosophy and way of life. In this city, fermentation is more than a culinary technique. It's a philosophy. The inhabitants believe in the power of time, patience, and nature to bring out the best in ingredients and people alike. Flavor is seen as a journey, one that requires both creativity and respect for tradition. In the fermentation nexus, to live is to ferment, to slowly transform, to embrace change, and to find beauty in the passage of time. The community here thrives on collaboration, experimentation, and a deep connection to nature. Workshops and public spaces are designed for the exchange of ideas, and locals are always discovering new ways to push the boundaries of flavor. The city's focus on fermentation also encourages a slower, more mindful pace of life, where moments of stillness and contemplation are valued as much as moments of intense creativity and discovery. Incredibism City, the fermentation nexus, is a living, breathing tribute to the art of transformation, where flavors evolve, cultures blend, and the journey is always as important as the final product.